All right. Well, Wheeler, we are going to assume that Laran was seasick in the belly of the boat known as the Star Watcher, which our fearless party has been traveling on across the Barrelmere, which is a sea named for its strange beryl like a light green glow, like a beryl gem. And your
Mhm.
party had been tasked. Oh, by the way, did you have a chance to look at the map I posted on Discord?
I have. I have seen it a
Okay.
couple times, and I had discussed it a bit with some other folks here when I was first getting interested in the game.
Okay. Excellent. Well, you have now left the Barrelmere far behind and landed in the town of Talon Cove. You were still sick when the Star Watcher pulled into port in Hawk Harbor in Talon Cove, and you've just now gotten over your sickness. And when you disembarked, you started, of course, asking after your friends because you noticed they were nowhere to be found. A few of the locals told you that most of the inns near to the docks were very, very full, and that the Fogfire Inn and Tavern had been recommended to your friends as a place that's much farther into town and might have room. So you decided it was a good place to look. You went to the Fogfire Inn. The owner, Nostri, explained that your comrades had indeed spent the night there the prior night and then made their way, that they were suspicious. By the way, there have been some murders in town, a couple murders, and your friends reported apparently a third, and they found a body during their travels through town, and people have been stabbed, and there are all kinds of rumors flying about how and when they were killed. But Nostri was able to fill you in and let you know that your friends had been following some sort of strange tracks they'd found in forested parts of the town and gone eastward from the inn. You used your tracking skills to follow them. It was reasonably easy since the tracks were fresh, and also you have your dog Growljaw with you, so you saw three people mixed with rather large dog tracks, and you were able to hunt them down. You proceeded through forested areas of town because a lot of it's undeveloped, and in the distance you saw a dilapidated, pretty creepy looking old mansion, but fortunately, hey, it's morning and the fog is clearing, which kind of countered some of the creepy air, but the trees around it do have a gnarly look, and you follow the tracks down into a small glade, just a little open, really a valley in the midst of the trees there, or meadow. And you got a really good look at this house. You see a greenhouse that's pretty close to you. It's got glass windows, but it's musty. It's covered in webs, clearly not well taken care of. And the house, some of it looks structurally sound. You can see some stone walls. However, other parts of it are clearly in poor repair, especially on the second story. You can see areas where the roof is starting to cave in. And as you're making your way through the woods, you look ahead and you see your friends Stainer, Jaja Ray, and Galdrin with Growljaw, your dog, just to the side of the greenhouse. And in the distance, you hear some strange off key humming, pretty shrill and not pleasant to listen to. But it's somebody seems to be saying some words, but you haven't been able to figure out what they were. And you emerge from the forest to see your three friends who have really kind of disturbed looks on their faces, and they notice you all together in unison, stepping out of the trees.
All right, so we're down by the greenhouse, right?
Yes.
There I am. Okay.
Question?
Yeah.
Did you say the dog was mine or someone else's?
It's the parties. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Tasha Ray has a particularly good connection with Growljaw, but the others have you as a ranger. You also like animals, and Growljaw likes you too. Yeah, it's the party's pack animal. It's a very large dog bred for its strength, so it can carry a lot of extra
Oh,
equipment. So it takes the place of a pony because it can defend. Growljaw can defend itself. So
that's so funny because you went with having dogs be the pack animals, but in my game, I made dire horses. They're like predatory horses. So they're just horses with dog teeth.
Oh God.
That's not an image I
Awesome.
want to see.
I like
I
this.
will
That's
send
good.
images actually, but I'll go ahead with your game. Sorry. That's just
No.
that's so funny to me. All right.
Well, Growljaw is, of course, tough to sneak up on. Sniffs and looks around at you, but you know this dog. Jajare knows him better, but this dog looks nervous. And in the distance now, you can make out the words. And it's, again, very shrill. Get rid of the doggy. Get rid of the doggy. And it's kind of faint.
All right. So what do we want to do?
Aljo,
Do we want to
come.
run or do we want to bash this chick's head in?
I don't know.
She's trying to get Growljaw. I think we need to take him and go.
Yeah. I
Did you
think
see anything
strategic
we
retreat.
needed?
Did I see anything? What?
That we needed here? Like the tracks just kind of ended, and unless she's hiding, I mean, we were in the house, so unless she's hiding,
We never made it into the room that she was in.
She stopped singing Get Rid of the Dog.
do you guys want to go in and look, and I'll stay with Growljaw?
Not particularly. She's quite odd,
She's also quite old.
putting that lightly.
I mean, I assume you could take her if necessary. And then we could have a cat and a dog. Poor cat probably once rescued.
Mm.
While we're waiting, and I know she's moving in on us, I'm gonna go ahead and go into a transitive stance with
Okay.
my scepter.
Okay. You adopt the transitive stance. Nice. All right, she stops humming and singing so loudly you occasionally hear her humming.
Can I see
But
her
it's-
through the glass of the greenhouse, like across the way at all?
You cannot. This area is there's still those the walls and the doors to the greenhouse were pretty. I mean, they were pretty banged up, but they still blocked some views. And then just through the house, there are a lot of solid walls. Assuming she's still in that room where you last heard her.
Okay, so she.
Everything goes eerily quiet.
Well, that's
Fog
not a good sign.
The fog begins to shroud around the house again, despite the morning sun burning it off in other areas. It strangely begins to thicken.
What are we doing?
Would it is I mean, this might sound like a common sense question, but is knowledge supposed to be rolled for, or could I simply make a judgment, something that I believe without really rolling for it, even if it might be wrong?
Depends on what the knowledge is. If you're asking me a question about something, I might make you have roll a nigh lore, which just means near lore about the near world, geography, society, that sort of thing. Or if you want to know something more spiritual, existential, or just something to do with other worlds, you're going to do far lore, as in just essentially far away worlds.
It just feels like this fog coming in suddenly when it was going away a little bit ago, and there's this strange woman inside in the middle of a hard to reach area, I'm assuming. It kind of feels like she's doing this. Like there's like this fog is unnatural, this my instinct. Or do you think I'm wondering about it from like a ranger perspective of like, that fog just rolled in suddenly for no reason. Or is that something I would have to figure out with some sort of magical deciphering check or something like that?
You're not gonna have to roll for that. Great question. Yeah, just as kind of a man of the woods, this seems odd to you. Fog can shift during the day, but like you said, when it was burning off, usually that's just going to continue the higher the sun climbs. So
Then I'm gonna pull out just 3 arrows and just gently hold 2 of them in my hand and knock the other one on the bowstring and kind of
Excellent.
sidle forward with these guys.
all
And
right.
we'll say, I think our presence here has been detected.
Well,
We're all
she knows of the
fog.
dog at least.
Well, do you want to position yourself to where we could observe her without being observed, or are we going to do something?
Railjaw backs up a little bit. He appears spooked.
Before the dog starts running off whining, what should we do?
I vote a tactical retreat for now.
We definitely need to watch our backs. I don't trust this woman.
We know where this place is. It's not like the house is gonna get up and go anywhere.
All right?
That we know of.
I'll cover our tail if you want to begin.
Taylor, are you speaking? I'm getting you very faintly.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Okay. Some voices in the background. I wasn't sure.
Was it from me? Crazy.
No,
Um,
man.
Anyhow, so what are we doing? We're going in. I'll move this way, towards the front of the house.
Oh, I was letting you. My character Laurent had just came up and said he believes that we have been found out, as the fog is unnatural. Fog had started backing up nervously as if it were being spooked, and my character had posited the question: are we going to move to an area where we can observe without being observed as she potentially comes out and checks out what this dog's presence here is for? Or are we going to move in and do something from a tactical advantage? He's like looking at the lay of the land and trying to ask you guys, are we going to do this now or are we going to come back later? And should I cover our retreat?
Well, we got out through the back of
I had asked that a couple minutes ago.
Okay, so we got out through the back of the window, about the back of the house.
Hmm.
She originally came out at the front, at the main door.
Right over here.
Correct.
I'm pinging the. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
That's where she came from. Got it. How do I make you guys smaller? Video display.
You hear some
Okay. Got it.
you hear some noises in the house, just pots and pans clanking, things like that.
Maybe she mistook it for a wild animal nearby. I was listening to everything that you told us at the beginning, to set the scene. But what is this woman suspected of, or what is she? Has she done something? Do we think she's not a person and she's like some sort of like hag creature, that type of thing? What is our motivation for being here?
We followed some tracks.
Some weird tracks. They
some tracks that we had seen at the place of a murder.
they were
Okay.
The hill.
children sized, but all the footprints looked the same, like they were unmoving feet.
Like being dragged through?
No, it was like when you put your foot down, your foot naturally moves. It just looks like plump, 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 plump footprints.
They were marching.
Like they were stamped, maybe.
Yes, they were like
Just a weird.
Oh, understood.
Like
So you think they might have gone and doubled back and hidden their tracks with fake one?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
But
if this is
we saw them by the corpse, and we saw them going this way. So we followed them, and we found this old woman with her dolls and her cat.
All right.
And she
Do
had
we know what?
not child-sized feet, so
Do we know anything else about this woman? Is she a local soothsayer? Is she some sort of like on the edge of town apothecary type figure? What do we know about her?
We know nothing. You should go talk to her.
All right. Okay.
yeah,
So
go
here's my
talk to the
plan.
old coot.
I'm going to go to her front gate, and I'm going for something simple, a potion of virility or whatever she thinks that some male is going to walk up and ask for, have her talking, while you guys go in and try and sneak into the house from the back. And if she isn't what I think she is, as some kind of potions maker or whatever, I have no idea. Then I'll improvise, and you'll at least be given a chance to be insert movement from behind.
Well, whatever it is she is, she wanted to eat our dog.
Ah, well, that is very suspicious. So we may be on the right track. Is there? I would say try to avoid breaking a window if possible to get in.
Unless she closed the window, there should still be a window open.
Great, and I will go around to the front and try and distract her. I'll put my arrows back into my quiver, kind of sling the bow over my shoulder and my head, and I will a gnawing look like, hey, I might die, but good, nice knowing you, and a little scratch on Growljaw's head, and then move towards the front door.
And I'll actually go with you so you don't get
Okay.
annihilated.
You're not just going to walk
Kill
up.
her.
2 on 2. That two for 2 buddy system. I like it.
All right. Jaja Ray,
If you kill her,
Growljaw.
scoop up the cat. I've always wanted a cat.
we may need dinner on the way back. Good idea.
Oh no.
Not
Jaja Ray,
me.
Growljaw is snuggling up to you a little bit. Feels
Aw.
always
I'm
more comfortable
definitely
by
gonna
her.
stay with Growljaw. If you want to head towards the window, I'll go with you, but I think I might stay out here with Growljaw to protect him.
All right.
And you can just call for me if you need me.
What should I look for when I get in there? Children with strange
Something that-
feet.
Yeah, or maybe even, I mean, she had some dolls and stuff. Maybe just anything that could have made those prints.
Maybe she wears doll feet as shoes.
I mean, maybe.
So, Laurent, definitely those tracks. And now that you think about it, and I'm assuming that you could have seen a couple of them. They could point them out to you because there were a few of them on that side of the house near the greenhouse. The feet, you noticed some of them were slightly different sizes, but as your friends described, the feet did not articulate to the ground when they hit. So there's no
Oh, that's
your motion.
different. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, suspicious as hell. All right, cool. So I walked up to the door and I look over at what's your name again? Stanner? Stainer?
Yep.
Stainer. Okay. I look over at you, Stainer, and I'll say, what happened to coming with me? And if you want to stand down there, then just be on the lookout for anything nearby. And he kind of stands up straight, kind of musters his courage a little bit to come up with some sort of lie. Where on my sheet is something equivalent to like my distracting or persuasive abilities, that type of thing?
So that'll be clout. So having
Clout.
clout with people. So think of that as influence. You'll use that to try to get your point across, deceive, that kind of social skill.
Gotcha. Okay. And I will my fist will kind of hover in front of the door, and I will give 3 loud knocks.
Okay.
Sorry if that was too bad for the microphone, by the way, Tat. My bad. Sorry, I forgot we were on stream.
All right.
So before you knock, I'll finally reach up to the door next to you. Are you making fun of my speed?
I'm just glad you're here with me, Staran.
All right.
Just know that if she opens the door and does something crazy, I'm going to take a step back so I can fire at her, but you'll be up there with her with your weapons. So good luck.
All right. You go ahead and knock.
Yes, I knock 3 times very loudly, trying to give the impression of like there might potentially, in medieval-ish esque terms, it's like the guard knock, like the cop knock, like bang, bang, bang. Just
Sure.
trying to like loud and attention grabbing.
Authoritative. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. You give a very authoritative knock on the front door. Ooh, Cuddles! Who could that be? Ooh, let's go find out. Meow. You
Terrifying.
hear soft footsteps. Ooh, Cuddles, no one ever comes to visit. Meow.
I like grab Stainer's elbow, and I'm like, maybe we could just actually go. I'm not, and and I'm like about to turn, and she might open the door.
Steiner's eyes are rolled back in the back of his head, and he's mumbling something. There's black tendrils starting to kind of ooze and seep out of his shadows.
Okay. The door, slowly you hear a latch move, and the door freaks back as if it were 1,000 years old. And there's just a gaunt, bent old Shalk woman standing behind the door. She smiles brightly at you both and bows. Why, hello, good travelers. What brings you here? My name's Pralissi. What are your names? She's looking you over very carefully. Galdrin, I see you at the window back there.
Mm-hmm. I'm
What's
waiting.
a Shelk again?
Human.
Shalk is a human. So, holding
Okay,
those-
go ahead.
All right. Pralissi bows. How can I help you? You hear a loud purring. And you see it was apparently Cuddles, the cat just weaving its way in and out around her feet.
Does it look old, young, frazzled? Does it look feral, like it has like a big tomcat pouch around its neck?
It looks
thing?
pampered.
What am I looking at here?
It is very, very pampered. This cat seems to be, there's no jewelry on the cat, so it's not like this is some uber rich woman's cat, but she definitely seems to take care of Cuddles. So, yeah, well groomed. Looks like a very happy kitty. How can I help you? She smiles.
Turn back with a smile on my face, hands clasped, like left hand over the right one, and I look at her in the eye, and I'll say, "Hello, and well met. I was wanting to inquire. Heard some stories from the nearby settlement. You are a woman of the craft, perhaps? They didn't really specify what kind. They were very vague about it. Is that true?
I'm a seamstress. She holds up a big sewing needle, and I'm talking something you could use as a weapon if you had to.
Jesus.
She holds it
Jesus
out like a
Christ.
knitting needle, holds it up, and just looks really gleeful, but there's some yarn hanging off of it. Do you need your clothing mended, or do you need a rug made? In the middle of this room, you can see what used to be a very nice rug, but time and moth have eaten away at it significantly.
Right.
Ooh,
I
Puddles likes you.
Well, actually, I do
I'm
have this
going.
this snag here, and I'll like show on my coat.
Okay.
Can you do anything about that?
If you'd like to leave it with me, you're welcome to stay in the parlor here if you'd like. I can fix that. Do you mind if I take a look at it? You said it was your cloak?
Yeah. I got snagged on some brambles.
Okay. She reaches out to take hold of your cloak. Ooh, that's a nasty tear. I'll be happy to take care of that.
So
She looks like she knows how to handle that giant knitting needle pretty well if she has to.
Is it like unusually sharpened for any reason at all? Like, does it look like it has a point to it, or more like a blunted tip?
It is a point. You can tell that if
Interesting.
it had to be used in self-defense, it would be very
I-
effective.
look,
It's so very funny you've chosen this because my own family has a seamstress, and it's like that's unusual as fuck to have a super pointed knitting needle.
so
Okay.
just wait for you in inside.
You're welcome. You're welcome to come inside. Absolutely.
That's very kind of you.
Of course.
And I'm going to push the elf in before me.
Yeah. I get pushed in. I kind of stumble, gather my step again, and walk in stride with her. Wearily offer my arm to kind of walk her across the room. Polite like.
Okay. She says, come in, come in. There are a couple chairs in the room. There was one that the rest of the party had seen her using earlier. There's a little table right here. The breakfast that was on it has now been finished, but the plate is still there. The chairs over here. Puddles, in the meantime, is just walking happily around the room. And she allows you in. Yeah, absolutely. Seems to be pretty fearless. Come on in.
Could I make? I don't know if you call for these or if I'm allowed to call for these. Can I do a look check?
Are you looking to spot things in hiding per se, or are you looking more for details, i.e., Sherlock Holmes looking at the wax?
I'm looking for details. Like I'm looking for signs. Like maybe there's skid marks through like areas where there's dust, that type of thing, like through feet being dragged, or
Okay.
if there has been like a carpet that has been moved over too much to hide like a under trapdoor, that type thing. Not like obviously in her face, like lifting up the carpet, inspecting her parlor, but just glancing about, trying to take in what I'm seeing.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a search check. Look is what you'll use to say spot hiding opponents or see things at a distance. But as far as noticing fine details, that'll be search. So, and I believe you have standard training in that. So it would just be a D30 plus your search modifier.
So it's 3 plus 1d30 plus mods.
But the 3 is your mod. So it'll just be a D30 plus 3.
Oh, because your thing says here /roll 0 plus 1d30 plus mods.
Right, and the mods, I just left that in place because the mods will depend on what role you're doing. So in this case, the 3 is your mod. So it would just be D30 plus 3. So I was attempting to make that an easy copy and paste if you want. But there you go. All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Is this a roll low or roll high system?
This is a roll high. So
Okay.
that's not the greatest search roll. But as you're looking around, you don't see anything that jumps out at you as, say, obviously hiding a trapdoor or concealing something untoward. So nothing really piques your interest at this point, other than the fact that, wow, there's this really old lady living alone here. You'd think she'd be pretty vulnerable out in the woods like this. You're still within the city walls of Talon Cove, so there's a large degree of protection there. But still, it is interesting that she's out here all by her lonesome. I'm going to cut to Galdrin real quickly. Jajare, you're staying with Greljaw outside, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right. Eldrin, as you move over to
Close
the
to the window.
Okay. All right. Cool. Growljaw is sticking close to you, nuzzling your leg. Eldrin, are you going to go in by the same window you did earlier?
Can I like peek through, see which direction she's facing? Is she looking towards the two who just entered, or what?
So if you move up to here, which was because you'd actually entered into this window up here, you can get a view. You can see straight through here, and you can see Cuddles walking around, and Prolisi. Her attention does seem to be absorbed this direction on Stainer and Laron. But I'm still going to make you make a lurk check at this point to get through that window without grabbing any attention. And
All
Laron
right.
and Stainer, you may very you know where to look for your friend, especially you, Stainer, because you went through the same window. So you may very well see him coming through there.
So you said last session that that improved rolls are like automatically the 10 plus the d20, not the d30 or anything.
Correct. So if you burn the Numa on improved, it's 10 plus D20. If you have a veil, which is effectively advantage, you get a free upgrade to the improved. And if you have that avail, then I'll let you, even though you're normally not not high enough level to do advanced rolls, I'll let you do an advanced roll burning one Numa.
I don't think I have one of those.
Well, you have the soft walk slippers,
True.
if I remember correctly, and you have them at Apex Magical Empowerment. So you are getting that upgrade on lurk checks that involve moving silently. So audibility. So you have a free upgrade to improved, and if you want to burn a Numa on advanced for this, you can. In which case it would be 20 plus D10 plus your lurk mod. Or you can stick
You
with
know
the
what?
improved.
You know what? I'll do it.
All right, first advanced roll of the campaign.
Type that out. Right. Let's see how this goes.
Should be pretty good.
Should be.
You're in the top 1/3 of the stats there. Okay.
27.
All right. Again, you only rolled a 2 on the D10, but because of the advanced nature of the roll, you are still very, very high. Okay. Laron and Stainer, you see your friend Galdrin coming through the window with that look on his face while you're having fun talking to Prolisi. All right. Since there is a kitty cat in the room, let's see if Cuddles notices you.
Uh-oh.
Kitty cat does not notice you.
Whew.
I'm going to assume that Prolisi does not. She has no reason to look that direction. So Cuddles does not notice you come in. Galdrin, you are inside the room. Jaja Ray, you see your friend disappear through the window. And Growljaw is still just kind of snarling slightly and sticking with you.
I'm gonna just move close to the window as possible and kind of duck down with Growljaw
Okay.
to that way if he needs me, he can make some sort of call.
Okay. Growljaw looks at the window, looking at you. He knows your friend Galdrin is in there, and he's sniffing around, and he seems to be looking around in the trees too, just kind of nervous. All right, Galdrin, what are you going to do while you're in there? You can hear Stainer and Laron making small talk with Prolisi. It seems that Stainer has commissioned her to fix a tear in his cloak.
Didn't you say last session that she grabbed the big doll when she exited? I think it was down in this room.
It was actually done in a room down here. Yeah. Oh, yes. Where you were just pinging. Yes. That's exactly where it was done. Yes. So she was working on that doll at the time.
Do I see where she like set the doll down?
You think you spot it around here. There's some pillows and other sewing supplies, but you think you see the doll right here in the center of the room, a little off center.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look-see at the doll.
Okay. You make your way down to the doll, quietly, ever so stealthily. The doll is still only partially finished. It looked like she was working on attaching one of the legs at this point. In this case, she's using just a straight piece of wood in place of the femur, effectively.
Uh,
And again, as with
there is
all
a,
of her
there,
work,
there is
Go
a
ahead.
leg, right?
basically half a leg on one side. Yes,
Is there a foot?
there is not.
Dang it!
She
Okay.
hasn't gotten there yet. She's only gotten to the upper portion of the leg.
Well, I'm going to kind of signal to the other guys in here, kind of like silently with like my thumb. I'm gonna head down in this direction.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where she's gonna go in a second, but let's do this.
I'm trying to Metal Gear this thing.
Okay.
And a cardboard box.
All right, I'm going to cut back to the charming social situation in the front parlor here in the foyer. Okay, LaRon and Stainer. She says, "Oh, did you hear that annoyingly loud doggy earlier? Oh,
yeah.
it was so loud. It was scaring Cuddles. Did you hear it?"
I hate dogs. Yeah.
Mm.
Old woman, why are you out here all alone?
Maybe someone's beast of burden escaped the stable. I'm sure someone will come around to find it soon.
Okay.
So
Go ahead
my
and give me a clout check on that one. See if you can keep
all
it straight.
right. Cool. I got a +1 to the roll. Let's do it. Slash roll d 30 +1. I have +1 to this, guys. Let's do it. Oh,
Okay.
nice. Not bad.
All right. Not bad. All right. That was her heed check, by the way. This would have been clout versus heed. Heed is discernment, so as in heeding signals. So, yeah. Hey, nice. You pass it off with a straight face. Yes, perhaps. Ooh, I must fix your cloak. Come with me.
Old woman, why are you,
Uh-oh.
why are you out here all alone?
Old woman.
Oh,
It's an
no.
honorific from where he's from, maybe.
I'm never alone. I have Cuddles with me. Ooh, he's so cute, isn't he? She reaches down and reaches
It's
down and pets.
it's such a large and wonderful home for one person.
Old woman.
Maybe, and he kind of like takes on like a, more what's the word? Tones is perhaps share this place with anyone else. Yeah.
Oh, I used to. When I was younger, I took care of so many children here, but they've all left now. She nods.
Oh,
There's,
ever found
it used to be an orphanage.
partner?
What was that?
You never found a life partner or someone, and I like trying to catch up, and and I look at her really quick and I say, I am actually quite parched, madam. Could I have some tea, perhaps,
Oh, some
while I wait
tea.
for my friend's cloak to be fixed?
Ooh, I don't have any tea, but I have some wine. Would you like some wine?
Love.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Would
Well,
love
Ron,
some
you're
wine.
right.
You have no idea.
Okay, LaRon, you are right on Cuddles there. So Cuddles just looks at you and just It backs away from you a little bit. I'm just gonna shift your guy here real quick. Okay, cool.
I didn't mean to step on him.
Oh, that's okay. No problem.
You gotta step harder than that to get a cat to squish.
Um,
All right, Stinger, there is a
some wine
couch.
would be great. I am sort of the in watering it down. Would love a proper glass. That would be great.
Okay, Jaja Ray, you see her coming towards you, and you are crouched down, but you notice that Growljaw behind you might be in view if she comes into this kitchen dining area.
Going to
Okay.
whistle towards him and try to get him to like come beside me and sit and like
Okay.
see if we can
All
get
right.
him to come.
All right. He does come. Puts his head on your knee.
It looks. Would we have heard that noise too, alongside potentially her, or was it quiet enough?
You mean, Jaja Ray going psst to the
The
dog?
whistle.
Yeah, no, you don't hear that. So
Okay,
it's
I
quiet
was about to be
enough.
like, "Oh, ma'am, you have a bug on your shirt," and like turn it around real quick or something. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
in this case, I'm not going to make you roll. It was quiet enough, just that kind of her mouth was pointed the other direction. I'm assuming she was facing this way, so sound
Mhm.
waves were tough to catch in that direction. All right, Cuddles is around good old Prelissy, and she goes wandering into the kitchen. Ooh, what kind of wine do you like? I have red, and she shrugs, and red. I'm afraid that's it.
Something
Red.
fruitful and aromatic. How about that? I'll let you decide.
Ooh,
So I plop my big ass down on this couch in here. Anything
okay.
around me in the vicinity, like chest of drawers? Anything on this little table here?
Yes. So there is a chest of, or just a drawer on that table. Again, in very, very poor condition. All right, Laurent, you move over there between.
I'm kind of like sidling, trying to like body block her view a little
Right.
bit.
Galvin, you can hear the noises and you get the impression that it's pretty clear that if she comes into the sewing room, she's going to see you. Jaja Ray, you are crouched down as low as you can go below that window. Felicity daintily walks across, grabs a bottle of wine, moves it back, comes on the table. Puddles hops up on the table. Ooh, we should go sit with your friend. I think he's relaxing on the couch.
Oh, yes. Let me get his cloak for you. I'll be right back. Just a moment. And I go over here and I whisper to one more time. It's Stainer. Stainer. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Stainer.
Going with the Germanic Stainer.
Stainer. I need your cloak, but also, we're about to be found out any second now, so be ready.
I'm fiddling with that drawer.
Okay, you fiddle with that drawer. You manage to pull it open. You see an old scrap of paper in there, and or just parchment, and a quill, just a writing feather. But the ink on it is long since dry. Felicity comes around the corner with 2 glasses of red wine.
Sorry about that.
And I'll hand you my cloak.
Puddles follows.
And I trade her the glass of wine for the cloak. And I'll swill the glass around carefully, smell it, and then take a little sip and kind of go, and I'm trying to take like the barest sip because I really don't want to be any sort of inebriated or poisoned or conditioned or anything during a potential combat. But like I'm on my nerves. I think that there's a good chance that she is either related to or has knowledge of the crime, and I don't want to be caught off guard with some sort of drunkenness. So hopefully she didn't spike it with like a neurotoxin. I have no idea.
Okay.
Um,
I just checked your sheet and you do not have any training in the mash skill, which is your viticulture. So the instant you swirl it first and then sniff, she reaches out with this kind of almost a haughty look. And she says, "Oh, no, dear. First, you sniff it before you swirl it. That gives you a baseline of what the wine smells like with no air. Then you swirl it. And then you sniff it again, and if the bouquet has opened up, you know it's a good wine. Let me
I
demonstrate."
will.
She's incredibly snobby about it, and she swirls it and stares into the wine, looks at it, and then and she passes it to you.
Apologies
will
for my
mimic.
French. She's not as cultured as most folk around these parts.
Loren's a masculine character. It was earlier from something.
Okay, my bad.
Um,
He's
no, you're
definitely not
good. I
cultured
get it.
like you and
Same deal. I look. I'm not from these parts. As he kind of jolls himself, I don't really see much of my own kind out and about in the world. So I'm learning new things. Leave me alone, Steiner. Um, and I speak loudly at this point, and I say, "So, how many floors do you have? And would it be all right if you have such a wonderful home? I would love to see the second floor. It's not often you see more than one in these smaller towns."
Ooh, of course, we have 2 floors. She beckons over her shoulders. You see right there, you see
Mhm.
a curling staircase. Looks to be around a central pole. You're welcome to go wherever you want. Oh, I'm going to take your cloak into my sewing room now, and I'm going to go
Damn it.
fix it up for you while you enjoy your wine.
While this conversation is happening, I'm going to slip into the next room.
Okay. All right. This door, again, it is open. In this case, so one of these 2 double doors is open. So you slip into the next room. I'm going to let you keep your earlier lurk check and just assume you're moving really quietly as you make your way around the house. Jaja Ray, are you going to shift positions or just hang out where you are?
I would probably move down to like the next window.
Okay. Cool. Stainer, Perlissi takes your cloak and just get rid of the doggy. She seems to like that tune now.
I'm
And
gonna
of
find the
course,
nearest plant and like dump the rest of the wine into it while
Okay.
she's walking away.
Okay. Did you taste any of it?
I did say I did take a small sip. Yes.
Okay. You took a small sip. No ill effects. It tasted quite good. You're pretty surprised. She must have a good wine selection.
If we end up killing this person for murder charges or whatever, I'm definitely taking a bottle. But let's hope that she's not. I would feel bad trying to turn this old woman in. Steiner, we have a problem. She could find out he's there any minute now. Are we going to try and continue distracting, or should I go search the house as I have just gotten permission to look around? Can you handle it down here? Or do you need assistance?
You go look. I'll go watch her fix my cloak.
Okay, sounds good. And with that, I'm just gonna start spiral stairs and to me when you get a chance. Because I know
All right.
you have to like pull up a whole secondary map and all that stuff.
Okay. Stainer, are you gonna hang out on the couch for now, or are you gonna go ahead and walk into the other room?
I'm actually just going to hang out on the couch for a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I will have put
Those
my
are-
feet up on that table, though.
Okay, excellent. You got your feet
Get
on the
relaxed.
table. You are just chilling, bro. All right, Galdrin, you can hear her in the next room. You hear sit down and the clacking of sewing begin. Jaja Ray, you were able to observe her coming past here and making her way into the room. Laron, you make your way up onto that staircase. Give me a look check.
Sure can do. I got a +7 to this one, guys. 1D +7. There you go. 28.
All right.
Is there a critical success and critical failure for life skills system in this game?
So for life skills, no, but I generally reward if you roll a natural highest on the die. There's not a specific critical success, but I generally give some sort of reward for a top
Okay.
roll. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. You're making your way up the stairs and just kind of faintly on the edge of hearing, you think you hear. Only you hear that, Laron.
Upstairs?
It seems to echo all around you.
In the spiral staircase. Interesting.
You have literally just put your foot on the first few steps.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. I would like to, as I'm walking up the stairs, not like stomping. I don't want her to think I'm like upset or something's wrong. But I am definitely gonna like plant my foot to the stair, go up and try and see maybe some kind of hollow space or a stair that like moves, that kind of type of thing, like a stone or whatever that might downwards, that type of situation.
All right. You test the stairs. Yeah, there's a little ricketiness, but there seems to be the stairs are not rickety, probably isn't the right word because these are made of stone, but there is some looseness. There's some wear of tear. Some of the grout, whatever was used to seal the stonework, has loosened over the years, but it seems reasonably stable as you start up the first steps. Are you going to proceed up the stairs? Okay, all right. Go ahead and hold.
Yes, I'm gonna look for more information.
Actually, hold. If you mind holding back. All right.
Yes, I'll put myself right back where I was.
Okay, cool. So, right there, where you are, out of nowhere, as you're coming around the circle on the stairs.
Uh-oh. What the fuck?
You suddenly see a little doll right in front of you on the stairs with a dagger raised and a maniacal look on his face. All right, he has surprise because his lurk check was pretty darn good. So he is coming after you. This will be against your nimble defense.
Okay, my nimble defense.
This
let me
doll
find
looks
that again.
incredibly realistic considering the materials she's using. And I mean, it just has a look of just humor on its face and morbidity. And does that hit your nimble? 24.
So I roll a d30 plus my nimble.
No, your nimble is just a straight target number. So it's a fixed
Okay.
number. So when you make attacks, strikes.
I have a 21 nimble. Then you beat it.
Okay, so this little doll with its dagger hits you with its stabbing weapon.
Ow.
Okay, so that's 4 wreck damage. Stabs right into your thigh with a gleeful look on its face. Any resistance wreck you have from your armor, apply that to that harm. So, Stater, were you still on the couch or?
No, I had gotten up by then and came back into this room.
Okay. You got up by then. Laron, you cry out as a dagger sinks into your thigh. Go ahead
And
and go ahead.
how much do I take for my current tally?
Okay, so in the harm yields in the upper right, you see that -1
Oh.
wreck. So
Yes.
you suffered 4 wreck harm. You're going to take 1 off of that, making that negative number is a good thing. So you only
Okay.
suffered 3 grit damage.
3 grit. Where's grit on the sheet again?
So it's just to the right of your defenses and hasten score, or if you want to do it on your icon, the red bubble on roll 20 is your grit score, and then the green is your pneuma. You can keep track of them in either place, depending on what you want to do.
I think I want to do it on my sheet. So I reduce my grit on my root trait.
So not on your root traits. So just that grit. See current tally at the bottom of grit where it says 25.
Oh yeah. So how much? So I take
bump
that 3.
Yeah, it's a rewrite. So feel free to just make that into a take 3 off of it, make it 22. Cool. All right. And then once you've done that, go ahead and give me your hasten check, which will be a D30 plus your hasten modifier. Or if you want to burn a pneuma on an upgraded hasten roll, you can do an improved roll on it.
Okay. And if I'm going to burn a pneuma to do that, what do I add to the roll? 1.
So you would upgrade to improved. So you would do a 10 plus a D20 plus your hasten mod, which I believe is a +3 if I remember right. So effectively a D20 plus 13. Or if you don't want to burn the pneuma on improved hasten, it would be a D30 plus 3.
I will burn it.
Oh, wow. Okay. 32. That's excellent. Your lovely little friend Chortle's here. Also burning pneuma.
Hey, my friend.
You. All right. You beat him. We are going to. Now, the rest of you don't know this is happening, but you do hear your friend Laron cry out. Chortle still has his dagger in your thigh. Laron, it is your turn. What do you do?
I'm going to can I let's see. Can I kind of grab him and throw him behind me into this area?
Sure. If you
To
want to
get
try
from
that.
such tight confines.
Okay. In that case, you're going to do a grappling roll. So you are going to step into his square, and a grappling roll is just a D30. You have standard grappling like the rest of the party, so you are not trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Russian Sambo, but you have some basic wrestling techniques. So that'll be a D30 plus your bronze score plus your lithe score. So in this case, it'll be a D30 plus 5 because you have a 2 brawn and 3 lithe. So that'll be your grappling check against him. And I'm going to give him unavail a disadvantage because he is very, very small compared to you. All right. And he failed on that one, so I would have made him roll a second one if he'd succeeded. All right. You grab him, and you're going to use your utilization action to throw him. I'm going to assume that with a small opponent like that, you are able to just throw, and you said you wanted to throw him over here?
Yeah, like throw him, like kind of either turn and throw him or kind of throw him over the top of my head, but just somewhere where the confines of the stairs is not where we're fighting and where other people can get a chance to like see what the fuck is happening to me.
Okay. All right. You grab him, pulls the dagger out as you throw him around you and try to throw him over your head. He is going to try to stab you on the way. So,
okay,
he is maniacally evil, and he is going after you. Does that hit your nimble defense? I think you said it was 21, correct?
It is 21, yes.
Okay, his swipe, you grab him and he just goes crazy with a stab fest, but his dagger misses you as you throw him over you into this room. He seems happy and just having a great old time. Jaja Ray, from your vantage, I'm going to assume, since you're very observant, I'm going to assume you see this doll just come flying out of the staircase here, and if your eyes do not deceive you, it's carrying a dagger dripping in blood. And it lands right there. At that moment, all of you begin hearing strange noises around you. You hear. It's a
Well, that's not
cacophony of laughter echoing around you all throughout the houses.
Okay.
All throughout the house. Yeah. Feel free
Thanks,
to
I hate it.
all of you give me hasten checks at this point.
All right.
She's gonna move back to the window that she can crawl into.
Okay.
I will burn the Numa to do that improved.
Right. I had some pre-rolled stuff. Right. Let's get everybody on the board here. Oops, no. Right.
No, didn't roll that correctly.
No sweat. Right. Jaja Ray.
Ignore that second roll. That was a mistake.
And
No
yeah,
problem.
mine was not.
D30 plus 3.
D30. There you go.
All right, Steinar. Nice.
Oh, ignore that
There
one.
we
yeah,
go. That's
oh,
my
sorry.
actual one.
Galvin. Okay. Galvin is 3. Jaja Ray is back up here. Lay of the land. Add turn. On 18. Right, did I miss somebody? Let's see, Laron, Steinar, Gelder. Okay, excellent. Well, I'm just going to get a few opponents going here real quickly. Pardon me.
This, like, personally, is nightmarish for me.
Uh-huh.
I hate dolls.
Okay.
Same.
Yes, Justin, you did just describe your encounter with some children earlier today too.
Yeah. Well, and so when I was in like 4th grade, my mom made me watch Chucky, and I had the kid sister doll. So yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay. Sorry about
It's
this.
fine. No, it's
Speaking
fine.
of-
It'll be fun. I just might
Okay, well, speaking of
kill them extra hard.
okay. All right. Let me make sure I did not miss anybody here. And all right, we will put you in descending order. All right, Laron.
Okay. I'm going to shoot the doll in the face.
Okay, you pulling out your bow?
Yeah, I unsling it, knock the arrow, draw, and shoot. He is not having it right now. He got stabbed. It's chuckling at him. It's all bad. At this point, he'll just take Perlissi to jail just for making these things, even if she didn't do the murders himself. Like he's ready. He's getting the weapon out. Combat has started for him.
Okay.
What do I do?
All right, so I'm assuming you draw your bow. You had your hands technically empty. You did not have any weapons unsheathed. So I'm assuming
Right.
that as a warrior, you were very quick. You just unsling that swift bow, nock an arrow, and fire. So I'm going to let you just shoot one arrow this turn. So that'll
Okay.
be if you want to do a standard strike roll, it'll be a D30 plus your strike modifier with a swift bow. So the first entry on your physical attacks there. If you prefer to upgrade to an improved strike, you're welcome to do that. In which case it would be 10 plus D20 plus your mods. So
I have 7 Numa left. Out of curiosity, how long are these sessions? Like 3 hours, 4 hours?
Longest 3 hours, but just depending on this combat. And also I want to be respectful of your schedule. So if you all need to call it in 45 minutes when it's 8 Central, 9 Eastern time, you just let me know. So I know there's work in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure I'm not running out of Numa before the session's even over. But yes, I will burn a Numa.
Okay. Feel free to give me your strike roll.
So
And by
that
the way,
is
he's not-
a...
Oh, go ahead. That'll be a D30 plus 5. In this case, the strike modifier, you see that for your swift bow. First entry on your
Yes.
physical attacks. So it'll be a D30 plus 5. And if you hit, it's a D8 plus D6 plus 3, which is your harm mod.
And my Numa does not affect my 2-hit roll or anything, right? My strike mod,
It compresses the
I'm trying to
variable.
figure the word.
Yes, so it compresses the variable component. It does not give you an extra modifier or increase that. It compresses the variable. So what was a D30 becomes 10 plus D20. So you're in the top 2/3 of success. And you can't, when you do improved or advanced, you cannot automatically miss, even if you roll a 1.
So I have plus 15 to hit?
Correct. D20 plus 15.
Okay, here you go.
All right. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and I do the D6 and the D8 for this one, right?
That is correct.
And take it from me, bro. That Numa, once you run out of it, it gets pretty scary around here.
I bet. Here we go. 8.
Okay, nice. All right. So the arrow pierces into. Well, he wasn't chuckling at you; he was chortling at you, since his name is Chortles. So
Hate it.
the arrow
I
pierces.
just realized they all have laughing names. That's funny.
Excellent. All right, your arrow pierces into Chortles. He has no resistance wreck, so it rips into him and lodges there. We move on to, you want to do anything else? So that was your utilization action. So that's effectively your hands. You could move. That's your ambulation. So if you want to step back, step forward, what would you like to do?
I am going to like take another step up the stairs where I can still see him.
Okay.
And just put a little bit more space between us, but
Okay.
I know people are eventually going to make their way to wherever they think danger is, and maybe they'll come help me. But as long as I'm keeping, I should be okay. But that is my movement, my ambulation, and my strike. Is there any other options you have in a turn? Like
So you can do, if you see something that says adjuvant, that is effectively an auxiliary action, and you can do as many of those as you want. So if you wanted to throw that little additional power option for Ancient Grace, 2 Numa gives you a +1 power bonus to your strike rolls for physical and magical attacks. It'll give you a +1 to your nimble defense. Or no, excuse me, that's targeting nimble, and a +1 bonus to your mindful defense, and Avail 1, which is advantage on your tumble checks, effectively gymnastics. So you could do that, burn 2 Numa on that. It would last the entire encounter, or you could skip.
I will hold off on my Ancient Grace for now, unless things get really dire. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay, you also have Tree Bark but that at the bottom there, but that requires an ambulation or utilization action. It's not adjuvant, so you can't do it this turn since you already used both of your major actions. But possibly
Gotcha.
next turn.
Utilization is what it was called. Got it.
All right. Laron, that is your turn. We move on to guffaws. This seems to be the loud rumbling laugh you all heard. Ho, 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 ho. Doll is moving very quickly for a spindly-legged doll. Makes its way into the house. Galdrin, you are up.
What to do?
So you've heard coming around from this corner over here, and you've also heard the general commotion this direction.
I think I will move into a more defensible location right there. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5. Right there. That's 5.
Okie dokie. All right, you move into a more defensible location, and you take your stand. Do you want to do anything else?
Nope, I think that's good for now. There's no
Okay.
immediate threats to me, so.
All right. That brings us to our pal, Chortles. All right, Laurent, Chortles really, really likes stabbing you. So he comes charging up the stairs with his dagger raised. And he is burning more Numa. See if he can get you. I believe that hits your nimble defense, correct? A 28?
Yes, that does hit.
Okay. All right. Once again, his dagger bites into you. This time he goes after the other leg. And it's 5 wreck damage. And you, of course, have your -1 from your armor. You cannot parry with your bow. Should you choose to... If you choose to draw other weapons, such as, say, your longsword and your cudgel, then you could have potentially parried. But with your bow, you're not able to use your stance to give yourself extra wreck resistance. All right, Snickers really doesn't satisfy. Okay, Galdrin, you see this little doll just come running out of the greenhouse, and it is carrying a small hatchet. As it sees you, its eyes light up. Just looks incredibly gleeful. But he does not reach you. Jajare, you are up.
I'm going to tell Growljaw to stay low, and I'm going to crawl into the window.
Okay. You crawl into the window. All right, go ahead and give me a look check.
Be right back.
Okay.
Son of a biscuit.
Do you want to burn Numa on a
I
reroll?
got a 10. Yeah, I haven't used any. I'll use one.
And I know you have improved look. If you would have preferred, again, since we're still learning the system, if you would have preferred to have used a Numa to upgrade, I'll let you kind of rewind and do an improved roll if you'd like to burn the Numa.
Okay. And improved is, remind me, I'm sorry.
So that'll be 10 plus a d20 plus your mod, so effectively a d20 plus 17.
So it's 10 plus 1d20 plus 7. 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yay.
So this is the
That's better.
example of critical success. I'm going to assume you have a full lay of the land here. Okay, you see down here, and this little disturbing doll has crawled up onto the top of what used to be a pool table or something else, some kind of gaming table. And then to your left, your peripheral vision is working beautifully. You see in the fireplace, upside down, a soot covered doll sticking its head out, looking at you with a maniacal, just gaze on its face. And it is carrying a scythe, or a sickle, I should say, in one hand, and it's chuckling.
That's
As it
scary.
looks at you. Around here, around this corner, with that amazing look check, you hear chortles. So you have a very good sense of where everything's coming from at this point. And you crawled in the window, and you still have some of your ambulation action left, because that was only effectively a couple squares of movement. So if you wanted to move to strike your pal Chuckles here, you are welcome to.
Okay, because it says I have 1 sprint climb, so I didn't know if that counted as that.
That was going to be more of a difficult climbing situation, like a cliff
Okay.
or something. In this case, since you're just hoisting yourself through a window, I'm going to assume it's kind of like difficult terrain. It took maybe you burned 4 squares of movement to get in the room, and you have 4 left at this point.
Okay. So do I still have a physical attack?
Yes.
Okay, so I will move to him and attempt to hit him with my dagger.
Okay. And you're welcome to burn on an improved strike roll, or just go with the D30 and see what happens.
We'll start with the D30 and see what happens.
Okie doke.
+4.
Ooh, okay, that actually hit Chuckles. Nice job.
Okay.
Feel free to roll harm. In that case, will be the D8.
+3, correct?
Perfect. Yep.
8.
Wow. Nice. All right. You stab into Chuckles. He's still chuckling, but the doll just looks angry. Its facial features somehow contort. Are you going to burn Numa on parrying, or just let it go? You are in the elusive
yet.
space.
I wanna see kind of how long these guys last before I burn.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings us to your pal Chuckles. All right, he is leaning, as I said, upside down, clinging to the inside of that chimney as little bits of fall out from the inside. And since you walked right up and stabbed him with your dagger, he's going to swipe at you with his sickle. And he will be burning Numa to do it. "21. Does that hit your nimble?"
No, it does not.
Okay, wow.
A nimble is
Chuckles
25.
missing. Good job. All right. You barely die, or you really, by some margin, you see the swipe coming and you dodge out of the way. Nicely done. Steiner, you are up.
I'm gonna walk up to the old woman. How's that cloak coming?
"Oh, very well, but I'm concerned. I think the children may have come back. Sometimes they come back, you know." She still has that. She now has a second ginormous sewing needle, yarning needle in her hand, but she was working on your cloak.
I'm not much.
Are you gonna
I'm
do
not
anything
much
else?
for kids myself. I'm holding an action.
Okay. All right.
So if she goes crazy, I'll unleash some dread veils on her.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Ackles. is making her way through the house. That brings us back to Laron. All right, Chortles is right on you.
Oh, hate it. Okay. 1 second. My screen just went blue. Okay, cool. Everything's still
That's always fun.
live. He's just gonna push me up the stairs, doesn't he? You know what? I could use this to my advantage. I'm going to use like I described earlier. Can I use my stride walk speed to move back one and still be able to fire at him?
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so now it is a D30 plus 5. Not gonna split yet on others, but getting scared with cackles. But I don't know about since 29 plus 5 for 34.
Okay, that was almost a critical hit. All right, feel free to roll damage unless you want to burn on improved damage.
If I don't, I just roll the D8, right?
Right, D8 plus D6 plus your harm mod.
That's if I don't use the Pneuma.
Correct. If you burn the Pneuma, you will do a flat 9 plus your harm mod of +3, so it would just be a straight 12 damage. 12 wreck harm.
Okay. D8, D6 plus 3. Got it. Let's do this.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
12. How'd you guess
Nice.
that? That's good.
All right.
Again, I
Alright,
shoot him in
Laurent.
the face. I'm imagining he's got 2 arrows in each of his eyes, and he's like, when he looks around his eyes, they kind of swivel around a bit.
Which they do.
He's like a wooden doll.
Mm-hmm. All right. He's got a couple little glass eyes. All right. Describe for me, because you just finished him off. Did you say you shoot him through the eye? What does it look like when you shoot Chortles?
So, when I first shot him, I said I shot him in the face. So now I'm imagining there's like an arrow kind of sticking either out of like the middle of their head or somewhere in their eye. I would like to not like, I'm not trying to split the arrow or nothing fancy like that, but you know when you throw a dart and you can kind of have like another dart right next to the first one at a different, like a kind of a angle. I'm basically trying to fire the arrow into roughly the same spot just to like deepen the quote unquote wound. And he, imagine Chortles just kind of ragdolls, if you would, down the stairs.
That is exactly what happens. All right, Jajaray, again, ever observant, you hear thump, 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 thump. And you see a doll with 2 arrows, just pinpoint precision, pierce through its head, and it falls lifeless here in this little kind of parlor area between the foyer and the dining room. Nice job.
Thank
We
you.
will remove Chortles from the board, from the hastened standings. All right, Laron, are you going to do anything else?
Yes, I am going to move down the stairs into like the main area and see if there's anything else going on. So I haven't.
Did you already take your stride walk?
Yes, I did actually. So you're right. I took a stride walk. Does that mean I have no more movement?
Correct. So that's a full movement. Okay. It assumes you're taking, these are 2-second turns in real combat time. So you have very carefully moved to maintain your bead on the target. So yeah, your ambulation action is gone.
In that case, so that's my ambulation and my utilization.
Correct.
Do I hear any other sounds of combat happening in other parts of the... I've been kind of stuck on the stairs and haven't been able to physically see eyes. Yeah,
no, you've heard all the laughter all around, and you assume your comrades in arms are reacting, especially Steiner, of course, going to ask about his cloak. But you haven't heard necessarily the other combat. Chortles is lying there lifeless, and you can see, but you did hear, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, I don't like that. In that case, I can't move, but I'll stay right here. Watch the stair for a sec, but next turn I'm definitely moving to go help the other. Can we put
Okay.
some kind of mark on Chortles, him being non-combatant?
I've dropped them both to 0, but I'm just going to delete them from the board. So we'll just remember
That
that
works too.
gone. All right. Here in the distance, and you hear as well. Right. All right, and that brings us to all right. Guffaws moved, and Galdrin. Actually, Guffaws. It is now his turn. He gets here and begins looking around as if he's searching for a target. And Jajaray, then you see his gaze fix upon you. Laron, you can sort of see him peeking around the corner here. And as far as you can tell, he hasn't spotted you and is looking this direction. Galdrin, you are up.
So for my ambulation action,
Mm-hmm.
I can do. Do I do sprint walk or stride walk?
So if you want to move carefully, you would do a stride walk. But if you want to move farther, you can move up to the maximum of your sprint walk. But that is incautious movement. If, for example, if you were moving in squares next to an opponent, say like next to Snickers here, he would gain an advantage. But if you want to charge him, that is not considered incautious movement. So you could conceivably move more squares and just go right up and smack him if you want. Or you can shoot him.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna smack him.
Okay. You got your chain rod out?
Yep, I'm flipping it around, all Bruce Lee style. I'm gonna
Sweet.
whack him in the head.
Okay, go for it. Give me your strike roll.
All right, D30 plus 4. 20.
All right. 20? Okay,
Mhm.
you hit. Your 3-piece rod smacks Snickers. Go ahead and roll damage unless you want to burn unimproved damage.
Nope, I'm going to chance a roll.
Okay.
I gotta reserve the Numa a little bit. 12.
Okay. Nicely done. You smack Snickers, and a bunch of just stuffing and straw comes out of it. Are you going to do anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool. That brings us to your friend right in front of you, Snickers. Let's see if he can really satisfy. He's definitely burning the Numa. Oops. I accidentally just hit a wrong button. Thankfully, it didn't crash roll 20. All right. Does a 19 hit your nimble defense? He swings his hatchet.
Nope, it's a 22.
Okay, he is desperate to hit you because you just almost dropped him in one shot, so he is burning on a reroll. He's swinging. It looks like his hatchet is going to miss, and he burns yet another Numa. Okay, this time he gets you with his reroll. Hatchet. All right, that's 5 wreck harm. I'm guessing you have some resistance wreck. I believe you have armor plus your emblem of iron and silk.
Mm-hmm.
Kung Fu style.
That's -3 to wreck. So
Okay,
2.
you suffer 3 wreck harm. Snickers as your blood drips off his hatchet. Jajaray, your turn. You
I'm
hear.
going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. Side note. Because of, I'm still assuming that your amazing look check is carrying over from the prior turn. You hear some laughing outside.
Shoot, there's
The
more of
house.
them.
Correct. And you know that Growljaw is outside. However, Chuckles is your immediate opponent.
So hearing that, I'm going to just immediately stab my dagger back into Chuckles
Okay.
again.
You going improved or
probably miss him.
improved?
Ugh, I should have done improved. Yikes.
Okay. Would you like to burn on a reroll?
Yes.
Okay. Feel free to reroll.
That's terrible. Darn dog distract me.
Exactly. You're worried about Growljaw. That makes sense.
Damn.
Okay. That hits him, definitely. Are you going to roll harm or burn on improved?
I will roll harm. Eight. 3.
Okay.
Eek.
All right. You can burn to re-roll that if you want, or just stick with it.
I'll stick with it.
Okay. All right.
There's more.
You stab into Chuckles. It definitely hurts him a bit, tears away some of the clothing and the stuffing and the wood inside. So you dealt some more harm to him, but he's not down. All right, he's coming after you. Does he 28 hit your nimble defense?
Yes.
Okay, bummer.
Sorry
All
for
right.
the dog sound.
Okay, that is 6 wreck harm. Feel free to deduct any resistant wreck you have. I believe you have some measure of armoring, maybe not. Yeah.
Nope. Sure don't.
Okay,
Not on
all right.
Right.
Straight 6 wreck harm then. Chuckles is happy to remain where he is, still dangling within that chimney, swinging his sickle around. Stainer,
You know,
You are-
any blood or anything? Or are they just stuffing in wood?
they're just stuffing in wood. So they're
Okay.
definitely, straight normal materials, non-living. Stainer, we are up to you. You can see your friend Jaja Ray just got chopped by something. It's tough to see coming out of that chimney. But Cuddles is just fine, just rubbing up against your leg. And yeah, Prolissy, she's still sewing.
Nice. Those are your kids. They're causing quite the ruckus.
You just say that, or are you going to
Yeah,
attack,
that's-
move?
Nope, I'm standing there watching her, make sure she don't do anything crazy.
All right. You hear a terrible giggling noise, and Giggles is running towards Growljaw. Laughs, is climbing down out of the tree. And makes it to the ground. Growljaw whips around. Turn yet, but it will be soon. Cackles, in the meantime, is trying to make her way around. To where she can find somebody to kill. All right, that's Cackles' turn. Laran, we are up to you.
Okay. When combat begins, I imagine there's some kind of like surprise figuring out that type of thing, right?
Which exactly, that's what happened with Chortles, is because he hid so well on the stairs,
Right.
he had surprise, which is why he attacked. But at this point, mid-combat.
So if I poked my head out and tried to shoot guffaws as they're running by, and he doesn't know I'm there, is there anything bonus to it because combat has begun? It's not possible.
I'm going to give you a free upgrade. Assume you have a Veil 1, and effectively like surprise within the functional combat turns. So that'll be a free upgrade to an improved. And if you want to burn a Numa to go straight to advanced, you're welcome to.
Got it. Okay. I will whip around the central pillar that supports the stairs,
Mhm.
and fire an arrow at Guffaws.
All right.
Roll 1d30. 5. Let's do it. No, I got a 12.
Okay, so that was a standard roll. The free upgrade gives you 10
Yes.
plus D20 plus
Oh.
15. So feel free to re-roll that.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. 1d20
No problem.
plus
Okay, that hits
1d5.
Guffaws. Feel free to give me
All right.
harm. You're looking at
And
Guffaws. Go ahead.
I'm not. Am I required to use the 9 for improved damage, or can I still roll and risk getting worse than that?
You can roll. You can absolutely roll. It's your choice because you'd have to burn the Numa to do the 9. So it's your call whether you want to conserve Numa and just roll and risk rolling low, or if you want to burn Numa and do the 9 plus 3 would be a straight 12 wreck harm. As you're looking at Guffaws, you can see bits of wood sewn around the doll body. So you're thinking he may have some measure of armoring from that. There may be a little resist wreck. But
Gotcha.
you aimed true and you did hit it. So are you going to go with just roll the normal, the standard, or burn a Numa and go to improve?
Yes, I'm gonna roll to hit. You'll soon find out that I'm a gambler when it comes to these games. To roll.
Okay. Oh gosh, I see you already
So-
rolled. My apologies. All right. So 13. All right. He has some measure of resist wreck, but it isn't much. Your arrow lodges in him, and now he sees you. Oh,
Oh shit.
Wants you on
And
the
with that, I'm also going to I'm gonna leave the stairs. It won't let me grab my token. Oh, whoops! I'm using the paint tool. My bad. It won't let me grab my token. Could you move me down 3 squares down the stairs? And one more just to completely leave the stairwell, like downwards the red X.
You got it. Was that cool?
Yes, that's my ambulation.
Okay. All right. You come down the stairs with bow drawn, and Guffaws looks at you, and you see him rotate right towards you. But before that, Growljaw just yipes. He sees laughs and giggles converging on him, and he goes running off into the forest. Jajare, you can hear him running off into the distance. I'm going to leave him on screen on the map, but just assume that he can outrun those dolls, no problem. Guffaws. Runs right up into your face. And he is burning Numa.
He is?
Yes, he burns Numa. Does a 28 hit your nimble? I'm guessing it does.
Yes, it does. I have a 21 nimble.
Okay. All right. That is 7 wreck.
Okay.
You must be down pretty low now. Are you impaired?
Let's see, hold on. Let me just count 18, 15, 16, 15. I am now at 12 on my tally, yes.
Okay, so you are right at your impaired threshold. Okay. So you are now taking a penalty. We'll get to that on your next turn.
Okay.
All right. Eldrin, you are up.
Thwack.
Okay. All right. Wielding that.
Just spin
Squirming.
around and whacking things.
All right. In true monk style.
14.
Okay. That does not hit. Would you like to burn on a reroll?
I will burn on a reroll.
Okay.
29.
Okay. Your three-piece rod is missing Snickers. He's pretty small. He's quick. He's anticipating it's coming. He tries to dodge, and at the last second, you redirect it and thwack. Go ahead and roll harm unless you're burning on improved.
I'm going to roll it.
Okay.
Oh, forgot to do the slash roll. Of course. I write down these roll commands, and then I forget to include the slash roll when I copy them over.
Happened to me more than once. Okay.
11.
You thwack. Okay, what does it look like when you destroy a little doll, full martial arts three-piece rod, kung fu style?
I spin the rod around, all kung fu style, and I bring it down right on his head so it explodes in a explosion of splinters and stuffing.
Oof. Snickers is removed. Nice job. Are you going to do anything else?
And I will just move right there.
Okay. Excellent. Jaja Ray, we're up to you.
I'm gonna stab Chuckles again.
Okay. All right. You definitely stabbed him with that. Nice. Arm time. Nice.
I'll take it.
Okay. Wow. Chuckles looks very, very injured. But you can tell there's a note of uh-oh in his laugh. However, he's going to come after you. He is really torn up at this point. And because he is a non-living creature, I am not giving him the effects of traumatized. All right. I'm afraid that 32. I believe that hits me.
Definitely is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Or
Okay.
wreck harm, minus whatever your resistance is.
So I don't have any. So that puts me, I'm normally at 24. That puts me at 14.
Okay.
So I'm 2 away from impaired.
Okay. All right. You are still in decent shape, fighting condition. Chuckles remains in the chimney. Steiner, we are up to you. You can see Joshua Ray fighting Chuckles, and you can hear mayhem over here. And sounds like Galdrin may have just accomplished something. You heard a little shout of triumph.
I'll loudly. So, about how much longer is that gonna take? Do I owe you anything? I'm very grateful that
Hilarious.
you're fixing that up for me.
Okay. Oh, Lizzie. Oh, I'll have it done momentarily. I'm sewing as fast as I can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if my children are causing any problems. I assure you I'll discipline them. Ooh.
Kids definitely need a good discipline from time to time. Definitely better discipline them. I hear paddling them is the way to go.
Oh, God.
Bruh.
Okay. Are you gonna do anything else on your turn?
No, sir.
Okay.
God.
So helpful.
Right, Giggles.
I do have that. Still have that spell prepped.
Okay. Excellent. All right, Jaja Ray, you see another doll dressed in finery creep up on the windowsill behind you. This one is holding a dagger.
Fantastic.
But can I get to you? Hackles, in the meantime, manages to worm through a little hole in the stone wall and makes her move. Laron, we are up to you. You are face to face
Okay.
with the claws.
Does it cost me anything to change my weapon out for a different one?
If you want to nicely
As far
sling
as
your
like my
bow,
action economy goes.
So it's a great question. It's kind of a partial utilization action. So if you want to nicely sling your bow over your shoulder and put your arrows away, then I would make that your utilization action. However, if you just want to drop your bow and draw your sword and strike, I will let you do that as your utilization action all in one turn.
Okay. Great. Because I am we're gonna do that. I'm going to main hand. I'm gonna drop bow, main hand longsword. So now I'm in a transitive stance instead of an
Okay.
offensive stance.
Perfect.
And
All right, so you have long sword in one hand.
yes,
I
longsword in
will
one hand.
let you draw your cudgel as well if you want to be in the paired stance and go offensive, but I will not let you strike with your cudgel because of dropping the bow. So you could just do main hand longsword transitive, or if you want to pull the cudgel and get ready to fight with two weapons next turn, you could, or you can just go at it with your sword.
I'm gonna hit him with my sword, also because it does 1d12 more than the paired stance. So I'm gonna go with that just in case I do
Okay.
get to roll a nice number.
Okay.
So transitive stance. So that is a. I'm going to actually also burn 2 Numa for my ancient grace.
Okay. All right. You burn two
So
Numa.
now I'm down to 4.
All right. Cool.
And +1 bonus to strike rolls for physical. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're getting a +1 with your weapon attacks now.
Awesome. So now that makes it up to +4. So D30 +4.
Excellent.
D30 +4. Let's do it.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot
All
to
right.
put in roll first.
So are you going to burn on an improved? Okay. D30 +4, 18. That will hit Gaffaw's nimble. He's not
Yay.
terribly nimble. So feel free to roll that D12 if you would like.
All right. 1d12 +3.
Correct.
All right. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this already, but just when you're in your roll, instead of typing out the full word roll, you can just also do /R.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. All right. Your sword chops into Gaffaw's, but does not quite drop him.
Damn.
Okay. You could burn on a reroll or just let it go.
I would like to do that. I know that I'm using a lot of Numa here, but we have
It's
one
okay.
person who's not fighting, so we need them dead. Okay, so I spend another Numa to reroll my damage dice.
Excellent.
Okay.
Go for
So
it.
I just
do
flat
another
out
three.
reroll.
D12 +3.
Hey,
Okay.
got a much better result that time.
All right. Gaffaw's is no more. Assuming it'll let me get rid of him. Okay.
I'm just gonna decapitate the little doll. Sorry.
Okay. Your sword chops through Gaffaw's and takes his head off. The doll drops. Galdrin, you are up.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, and by the way, you've heard Steiner having his conversation with, Prolisi in there.
Yeah, I've also heard all the commotion around, probably. What is that guy doing? Well, I'm going to...
Did I lose you?
Hello?
Did you
You
lose me?
talking to me?
No, you're back.
I just lost sound. Okay, we're back.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. I'm just gonna move towards the door, but not get too close.
Okay. You hop up on the table there and walk towards the door. You can see Steiner in there, and you kind of have a glimpse of Prolisi. And then dead ahead, you see your pal Jaja Ray here engaged with something at that chimney, and you think you see some sort of doll and finery climbing through the window here. So that's what you ascertain. Did you want to, conceivably, you could attempt to use Arcane Lightning Ray or Arcane Thunder Ray and attack one of those dolls that you see near Jaja Ray. If you want to burn the Numa.
Good question.
Or are you just going to let it slide?
I'm just gonna let it slide.
Okay. All right, Jaja Ray, that brings us to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm gonna stay focused on Chuggles here and get Lady Elaine here in a minute. Oh,
So that's extra terrifying looking.
right? So when he said finery, like all I could think of was Lady Elaine from Mr. Rogers. Oops. Chuckles. Does a 23 hit him?
All right, that will hit Chuckles. Free to
Right.
give harm. Technically, he cannot survive this hit from you. Oh, even though you rolled a 1, that is on the nose. Jaja Ray, what does it look like when you finish
Okay.
Chuckles with your dagger?
I'm going for his throat to take his head off.
Okay. You take your dagger, his head, the maniacal face, suddenly the glass eyes roll back into its head, and the head falls off, and it crumbles into the chimney, into a poof of soot. Are you going to move? Because you still have your ambulation action.
Yeah, so at that, I will cringe and probably jump back slightly and then turn
Okay.
towards the window.
All right, you turn towards laughs. All right, we are going to remove Chuckles from the board. Steiner, that brings us to you and your lovely conversation with Prolisi.
So I noticed these lovely doll that you're making here. You ever make any orcish type dolls?
Absolutely. Some of the children are orcish. I adopted all kinds of children. She looks really proud of herself.
That's quite kind of you. Anyhow, it's getting a little drafty. Where are we at on that cloak?
Oh, I'm done. Look at this. She's sewn a patch on it. It actually is really, really impressive how quickly she did that in such short time. So she's handing you the cloak at this point.
Okay, do I owe you anything for the repair job?
Oh, any donation would be nice, but if you have any coppers to spare, I'd be very grateful. You gonna pay her?
I'll give her 2 coppers.
Okay. You give her 2 coppers. All right. You gonna do anything else? She gratefully accepts them. Ooh, thank you, Steiner. You gonna do anything else?
No, just sitting here holding on to this dread veil.
Okay. All right. We are moving on to our pal Giggles. And we're going to move on to our pal Laughs, who is right here in front of Jaja Ray. Even though Laughs has a dagger. All right, Jaja Ray, the most annoying Laugh, and Laron, and Steiner, and Galdrin, you hear this too.
Oh, that
All
one
right,
sounds like
this
a real shit. That's the one that needs the paddling. I can tell you right now.
okay. This is actually an attack on your mindful defenses. Laughs is the echoing laugh. It annoys you to the point where you could literally suffer harm from it. So this will be shake harm, sound-based harm. And this is versus your mindful defenses. All of you, 16.
Misses.
Does that hit anyone's mindful?
Doesn't hit mine.
Mindful is in your defenses, right?
Correct. It'll be the
Okay,
third.
And
the
you-
last one, MFL.
You got a 16.
Just misses.
You got a
sure.
16.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta. Oh, we're supposed to wait. What do we roll? I thought we were looking at our defenses.
You are.
Correct. Yeah. You're just looking at
He
your
rolled a
defenses.
16.
All right.
So
That is
you're
a
mindful that MFL is whatever that number is. Like mine's a 17.
miss. Okay.
Right.
Laughs.
I'm confused on what I'm rolling
You're not.
here.
So
You're
you're not. You're not.
You're not rolling.
Oh, my bad. That's what I was confused about. Okay, I thought you said everyone.
yeah,
That's what I was trying to
rolled.
say. You're looking at the MFL on your defenses.
Yeah, and it was
Gotcha.
everyone because it affected all of us.
Yes.
Right.
But Laughs missed all of your mindful defenses. Laughs is going to take a stride move, Jaja Ray. Does not. It has a feeling that you could probably be quite handy with that dagger. So Laughs just takes a one-step move and faces off you with a dagger. Even though Laughs technically missed. All right, Cackles. Making her way around the house. Laron, we're up to you. You did feel that horrible, annoying laugh just shook your mind. And you could, it was on the edge of being painful.
Right.
But you resisted it. You resisted the magic.
I'm going to step forward from the corner I was behind.
Okay.
Aim at Laughs.
All right.
My Ancient Grace is still in effect for the encounter, right?
Correct.
1d.
Laughs is unaware of you, so I'm going to give you the free upgrade, and plus you're kind of sort of flanking with Jaja Ray, so I'm going to give you the upgrade to the improved strike. If you want to burn one Numa on advanced, you can.
I forgot actually, for the sake of honesty, I did drop my bow earlier. Would I have to make like a half
that's right.
action
That's right.
again to pick that up?
Yes.
Or would that take my full action to pick it up?
At this point, since you have your sword unsheathed, to sheath your sword, pull the bow. If you were 20th level, I might let you pull that, but in this case, yeah, that would use utilization action.
If I were to instead drop the bow and lose my, drop the sword and it clangs on the ground and I lose my surprise, could I pick up the bow?
You could. Another option is if you want to draw your cudgel, you could burn the Numa on Arcane Fire Ray. Because having the cudgel in hand would allow you to wield your magical powers.
That's another Numa. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
You twisted my arm.
Just want to get used
I'm down to
combat options.
I'm down to 2 Numa, everybody.
Okay.
So I take out my cudgel. I whisper do you have like a Vancian style magic, or you have to like have like certain components to be able to cast the spell into reality, or is it more of the object I'm holding channels the magic?
The object you're holding channels it. It's ultimately an act of will projected through your soul. So if you're able to verbalize, you speak a command word, but if you were say mute or hearing impaired, you can still wield magic, no problem. You just substitute other gestures or something to manifest the magic, but ultimately it's an act of will. So
Gotcha.
you keep your sword in hand and just draw the cudgel with the other, and you can point it at Laughs and release the fire ray.
In that case, I'll point my cudgel at Laughs and use fire ray. So that's 1d30 plus 2, I think,
Correct.
to try and strike.
Yep. You can burn Numa on the upgraded strike if you want. I know you're pretty low at this point.
15.
Okay. That will not hit Laughs' nimble defense. Do you want to burn
I
Numa
didn't set
on
anything on. No, I'm going to save it. I'm just worried about setting things on fire with my miss.
Okay, so the fire ray in Alpengard, unless you burn extra Numa to harm inanimate objects, you don't have to worry about setting things on fire or scorching them with lightning. So the magic strikes it strikes living or animated things. So in that case, revenants, which are undead, would count as a quote unquote animated object, or in this case, an animated doll, something with a spirit in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can burn Numa to affect objects as well if you wanted to start a fire or pour acid on something, but in this case you don't. So your fire ray misses Laughs. And by the way, you did have kind of sort of surprise, so actually feel free to re-roll that. So I'm going to give you the upgrade. So instead of the D30, go ahead and do the improved.
So okay. So that's
Effectively
1d20 plus what?
plus 12.
Okay, gotcha. It's 12.
Okay, that hits. Your fire ray, you invoke the command word, the fire streaks across the room and hits Laughs. Go ahead and give me flare damage. You want to burn
Hey,
Numa?
at least I hit.
You did, absolutely. And you have a +1, so yeah, for whatever reason, the magic just isn't that
you're so right.
intense. So 23 flare damage. And actually, in Laugh's case, Laugh has a measure of vulnerability to it, so it takes a little extra. All right. The fire hits Laughs, and all that fine garments just gets burnt. So nice shot, Laron. Aldrin, you are. Oh, did you want to move or anything? Or you moved around the corner to do that, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I can make it there.
Okay.
So I have a movement of 8.
Since you're not charging, if you step up there, I'm going to give Laughs an impromptu strike against you with that. If you were making a charge attack, I wouldn't. But if you want to stay one square away, you could just stride up to Laughs on your next turn without giving.
I've already attacked, so I think I'll do what you said in stride. Next turn.
Cool. Nice job. That brings us to Galdrin.
So I'm gonna bust through the door, of course.
Okay.
Let's
see.
I could.
Oh, what got you so excited, dear?
Oh, not much. And then I'm gonna hit. Can I hit Laughs with an arcane thunder ray?
Absolutely, you can.
That's insane.
I'm gonna start coughing when I see his arm go up.
Bust through the door, arcane thunder ray.
All right. On the chain rod, fire away, bro.
22.
22. That hits Laughs. Oh, and actually,
all right.
I should have given you a free upgrade since that's kind of surprise and you're definitely flanking, but 22 is a hit, so we'll just take that.
All right, damage time. Not much, but it's honest damage.
Absolutely.
Oh,
wow. All right, you rolled. Boom, that thunder ray. It's invisible, but you can feel the crackling sonic wave. There's a thunderclap as it hits Laughs, and boom. Laughs just got seriously injured. All right, Galdrin, you are through the door. Alyssa said, ooh. And she sees you point your chain rod and release that. What was that? That was terrifying. Jajare, you're up.
I'm gonna step forward and use my dagger on laughs.
Okay. Incoming stab. Okay.
Mm.
That's the infamous
Love it.
one. Definite miss. Okay. Would you like to
Ooh.
burn on the reroll?
Yes, I would.
Okay. You feel your dagger slipping. You were worried about Growljaw. Through that window, you saw Growljaw bolting through the forest, so it understandably distracted you.
Dog's gonna get me killed. That's
That
better.
hits. Nice.
Okay.
Feel free to give me some harm.
Flash first.
All right.
Not too bad.
You stab into laughs. Excellent. Nice job, Jajare. Ainer, I believe that brings us to you. Aldrin has just busted through the door and unleashed a thunder ray. You hear fire, you hear stabbing, horrible laughter. What say you?
Man, maybe someone ought to go check on those kids of yours. They sound like real shits. And I'll move. See, I got what, 5 I can move now? With the sprint walk?
Yes. That's your maximum sprint, flat out. Puffing and puffing.
So I'll move there.
Okay. You move there. Are you going to unleash anything?
Yeah. I will.
We sense lightning rod coming.
Oh, you were sensing correctly. I'll spend a Numa to convert it to.
You go after Nimble instead of Fettle.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that converts it from ethereal energy that I'm guessing you're targeting laughs here, correct?
I am.
Okay. If you targeted Laughs' Fettle, she would have tried to resist the magic from coalescing, but since you were using now raw lightning energy due to burning that Numa, this is straight full lightning blast, and you have to direct it towards her, so she's trying to dodge.
Okay. So that's plus.
And I'm going to give you a free upgrade because you had not been in combat, and this really surprises Laugh. So go ahead and take the upgrade to an improved roll, and if you want to burn one on advanced, you can.
Oh, I will.
Okay. That's a full 20 plus D10 plus your mod.
Okay. Plus 4. Okay.
That will hit. Oh, it was going to be a 20 plus a D10 because you were you burning on advance, but you hit either way. So don't worry about it. You can just take the free upgrade with that. And boom. All right. The lightning goes across, laughs, comes down, thunders through the room. Feel free to roll harm for me, unless you want to burn on an upgrade.
I will burn on an upgrade.
Okay. If you burn the one on improved harm, what that will do, so this is part shock, part shake, so it's the lightning and the thunder. So that's just a straight, for the improved, a 4 plus a 4, 1 for each of those D6s, plus 1, so that's effectively 9 harm. Combination shake and shock, and laughs, explodes. Describe that for me. Stainer, what does it look like when you drop lightning rod on a doll?
So I step back and I kind of just I have my staff in my hand and I just turn it over towards that direction. And since I converted it to raw, it like starts to sparkle with electric energy, and it just cuts loose. Straight line beam right into it, but after it hits and the doll kind of explodes, then the thunder sound comes.
Okay. Boom! Shakes the house. That is exactly what happens. And laughs is no more. There's a lightning charred, sound wave destroyed bit of finery there. Nice job, Stein. Are you going to do anything else?
That's all I can do, I believe. I
Okay.
moved and I fired that off.
Okay. You hear giggles approaching. Cackles. Making her way around. You hear. So you haven't seen them yet, Laron. You think you have a view of giggles out the window here, but you cannot see cackles. But you do hear the laughter coming from this direction as well. And from here, you are up, Laron.
Oh, I hate it. That one was like a Woody Woodpecker type laugh. That one's particularly scary. I'm going to quickly just point at this window
Mm-hmm.
and talking to, was it Jaza?
Yes.
Okay, I'll point at the window and look at Jaza pointedly and be like, watch that window. And I'm going to, I don't know what the Alpengard equivalent is, but I would like to ready my arrow to shoot in
Okay.
case something pops its head into one of these two windows more easily visible.
No problem. In that case, when you decide to shoot your arrow, I will move you down the hasten standings. So you're effectively readying an action and just waiting for something to trigger it. So
When I do use that action, am I permanently in that spot in the hasten order?
Correct. So
Gotcha.
imagine all these things are happening relatively simultaneously. That represents a moment of hesitation. It just moves you slightly down the combat sequence. So you just let me know when you want to fire that arrow. Cool?
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
Galdrin, you are up.
Mm-mm.
You can hear more laughter, but you can't see any threats at this point.
Is this window openable?
It is
That's right.
openable. Yes. You could either smash it or try to open it nicely.
I'm not gonna smash the window right in front of the house's owner. So I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay. You open it. It's stuck, but feels like you can force it. Feel free to give me a brawn check.
All right, straight brawn.
It's not going to be a very high difficulty rating.
Let's see.
I'm basically seeing if you roll a 1. It'll just be a D30 plus your brawn. Okay.
Yep, 25.
All right. Yeah, you move that window easily. It slides up. You even take good care with it.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll
Thanks
just
for letting me some air.
I'll just hop outside.
All right, you hop outside. Okay. With that high of a roll, I'm assuming, actually, go ahead. Give me a tumble check. Try to make this
Tumble.
effectively.
tumble
If you
for
do a
ya.
high enough tumble check, I will still let you have your utilization action.
Tumble, tumble, tumble. +5.
Feat of acrobatics and parkour here. Okay. In that case, not high enough. I'm not going to let you go ahead and attack. I'm assuming that it was stuck enough and getting over the window, it required a little extra maneuvering, so you weren't able to retain your utilization action. However, Galdrin, you are now outside the house and you see Giggles and Cackles, your new friends. Jaja Ray, you are up. And you hear the laughing outside.
So, yeah, I would say I've been hearing the laughing with Growljaw, so I would like to hang myself halfway out the window
Okay.
and see who I can see, and then possibly if use my snap sling at them.
Okay. You hang your head out the window, and with your excellent peripheral vision, you see Cackles and Giggles.
And I try to hit Cackles with my sling.
Yes. Assuming you're skilled enough to do that, and that would require you won't be able to sheath your dagger nicely. I'm assuming kind of like the situation with Laron on the stairs where he was switching from bow to sword. I'm assuming if you just drop your dagger, load and launch your sling. If you want to put your dagger away nicely, then I wouldn't let you strike due to the awkwardness of leaning out the window.
No, at this point, I'm done with the dolls. I'm gonna just probably drop my dagger and
Okay.
try to get rid of the last of them.
All right.
I'll pick it up.
Cool. Feel free to make a strike with your sling. You remember that's pretty destructive. Okay, yes, you hit. You said were you going for Giggles or Cackles?
Cackles.
Cackles. Okay, you hit Cackles. Nice, Jaja, right? Okay. Cackles. That sling bullet rips right through Cackles. But she doesn't look very happy. Are you going to do anything else?
No, and I'm probably still just hanging out the window.
Okay, you're hanging out the window. Stainer, you are up.
Yep.
Is that something normal that happens? You just have dwarfs jumping through your windows?
He's a very nimble dwerg. I've never seen anyone that sprightly.
Me either.
You're all right here.
Just outside the window we talked about.
You know, it seems like it's quieted down some. Sounds like your children may have scampered off.
Are you going to move anywhere, Stainer, or stay there?
Stand right here.
Okay. All right. Giggles. Heard what was behind her. She looks at you, Galdrin. Mouth drops open, and she spits. Suddenly, just this viscous greenish gray goo comes spewing out of her mouth.
Rude.
It's almost foggy, and it surrounds your position. All right, this is against your fettle defense.
All right.
Does an 18 hit?
Nope.
Okay, you resist the magic. You could feel this acidic burning and tingling on your skin. But then you summon your reserves and you prevent the magic from coalescing. She looks very angry that you resisted it.
I
Wouldn't
stopped her.
eyebrows go into an arch?
Yeah, exactly.
I stopped her from hocking a loogie at me.
And eyebrow up as high as the rock does. So she just looks at you with that piercing gaze and then cackles, looking at you, Jaja Ray, out the window. She leaps at you. Suddenly, claws extend from her hands, and she drops her little stuffed animal, and she just jumps straight at you on the window where you're hanging out there. Does a 23 hit your nimble?
Oh, my nimble. No.
Okay. She misses and falls down to the ground.
I laugh at her.
She's
Cackle
now
at her.
All right. You cackle at her. Laron, you're up.
Okay. Well,
Something
there-
jump. It's tough to see because she's kind of blocking the window, but you saw something just
yeah.
out of nowhere and then fall down.
Okay. Let me zoom out a little bit and take a gander. All right. Not doing terrible. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, by the way, since you are impaired, you are taking a -3 to strike and -3 to harm. I forgot to mention that.
Understood.
All right.
She's hanging out the window. Some stuff's going on outside. I think I saw the dwarg jump through the window just a second ago. So without breaking the other window over here, I'm going to. I have a second or two to like kind of revisit my tactics. I'm going to walk back over and pick up my bow, which I believe I left right there.
Mm-hmm.
And since I didn't use my readied turn last time, I'm gonna, which I realized I corrected. I would have readied my action with my blade and my cudgel, not my bow, because I didn't have it. But I'm gonna go pick that back up. So basically, my turn is go over there, sheath everything, pick it up, and then just be ready.
Okay, you do so. All right, you're going to end your turn back over where your bow was. Perfect. Aldrin, you're up.
All right.
You resisted her acidic spittle.
Let's see. I do have these blade stars.
Yes, indeed.
Well, you got
Think of
ninja
them as
stars?
shurikens.
Yeah, I'm a
Those are
ninja.
effectively shurikens.
I'm a beefy ninja. I don't know. Let's see.
You are.
Well, you look like a
So-
Mikado.
How does barrage work again?
Okay, so that just means ranged effectively. So if you so that 5 squares, that's close range. 10 would be medium, and it would come with a bit of a penalty, and 15 would be long range for the blade star. However, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4. If you step up 1,
I step right
Giggles
there.
will be
I'm in
close
range.
range. Giggles is now in close range. If you want to chuck that blade star.
I'll chuck a blade star. Let's see.
All right.
That's it.
End over end. Spinning.
+4. Oh, I will spend a Numa to reroll that.
Okay, yeah, that was a definite miss. Giggles is small. She's feisty. Tough to hit.
$27.
That will hit. Feel free to give me damage on your blade star.
All right. Let's see. Nope. 10.
Oh, that is a good shot with that blade star. All right, the blade star sticks into Giggles.
Right in the forehead.
Okay, beautiful. Right in the forehead, right between the eyes. Nice.
Head on. Apply to forehead.
Joshua Ray, you're up.
All right. So how tall is, like, how far from the ground, I guess, is the window? Like, should
It's about
I able to use my slap sling?
it's
Still-
3.5 feet up. If you're leaning out like that, if you're kind of point blank, now with Cackles right there, I would give her an impromptu strike against you. If you want to, actually, I would just give her combat advantage against you next round. It's pretty tough leaning out the window to use a sling at point blank. Now that she's that close to you.
Okay, so if I'm gonna do it anyway, just because of panic, and she's now in front of my face, and she just tried to scratch me, how should I roll that?
You know what? If you want to give me, I'm gonna allow you to jump. Let me. How high? What's your? Let's see. Your standing jump. Okay, stand leap for our pal Jaja Ray. Okay. You are incredibly nimble as a fawn, and you can literally jump 8 feet in the air, bring knees to chest in a freestanding position. So you can. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be a stand hop. Sorry, 3 feet in the air. So you can jump up, and I will let you use your sling in there. Hop is standing, leap is a running. A long
Like
jump.
still inside the house?
It's still inside. So this is your
Okay,
high.
so we'll say as she like tried to scratch my face, I'm gonna jump up and like sling at her.
Sweet. This is brilliant.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna burn a Numa.
Okay. Fire. Oh, boy.
So it'd be 10 plus 1d20, correct?
Correct. We've come close to having a crit tonight. Okay. You hit. All right. Steiner, you see her jump up into the air and just a fright, but just brilliant warrior's reaction, and she throws the next sling bullet down at something outside the window. Jaja Ray, you hit.
Damn.
Okay. Boom. Okay, that sling bullet hit our pal Cackles hard. Nice. All right, I'm assuming you've used your ambulation action for the jump. So you jump up, boom, throw it straight down, thwack, straight into Cackles. Nice shot. Steiner, you are up.
So I saw that when we were walking up to the front door that there's a really lovely greenhouse. What do you grow there? Mind giving me a tour?
Oh, of course, dearie. Well, all kinds of
Hilarious.
vegetables. And, ooh, come with me. Ooh, come, Cuddles. Come, Cuddles. Ooh. She's rising from her chair and begins walking this direction. And Cuddles, of course, is close behind. All right. You do anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Giggles is none too pleased with the ninja star sticking in her forehead. She takes an awkward step to face our pal Galdrin, and she again spits acid. It coalesces around your body. I'm
Oh,
guessing
that,
it's 31. Okay.
that definitely hits.
Okay, definitely. Okay, you try to resist the acidic spittle fog. Unfortunately, it solidifies. All right, so that is Raspar. If you have any resistance to Rasp, feel free to deduct it.
I do
The
not.
acid burns away at your skin.
I'm still
She
looking
takes
all right though.
She takes a step back. All right. Cackles is on her last legs versus Jaja Ray. All right. You
Bring
all
it.
hear this incredibly loud, and she is going after your mindful defenses. Let's see if she can do better than Laughs did. It's not as powerful as Laughs was. Does a
Oh.
25 miss anyone's mindful defense?
Hmm.
No.
I have an 18.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. This echoes all around you. Wow, I rolled very poorly. That is 2 shake damage. If you have any resistance to shake, deduct it. That even hurt. Alyssa, ow! Oh! She covers her ears.
What does it mean when I have a susceptible score of 0?
So that means that you are susceptible to it, but you are neither resistant nor vulnerable. So that plus or minus 0 just means do not adjust the amount of harm you suffer. So it's effectively a breaking even.
And how much did we just take?
2.
Gotcha. I am below impaired, y'all. I'm at 10.
Uh-oh.
You're not traumatized yet, but you are definitely in the impaired zone. And you can see giggles through that musty window, but the window is not open.
Right. Okay. I've picked up my bow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jaza, are you still halfway out the window?
I would guess not, because I jumped up, shot, and then landed.
Into the
so I
window
would say
still?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not hanging. Yeah, I jumped to shoot through the window, so I would
Okay.
say probably not. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Those are right spot on.
Would I still be risking things if I tried to shoot like underneath them or between them?
You would be risking, but if you want to try to get clever
Hmm.
and give me a tumble check and effectively do a jump like Jaja Ray did and aim your bow down at Cackles, I will let you give that a shot. I'm going to
Okay.
assume that Jaja Ray jumped up, threw her sling, thwacked Cackles, and landed in a crouching position to preserve her knees. So she is not extended at full height. So there is literally a window of opportunity there if you want to give this a shot.
Would I need to stand there
Yes.
to be able to make that shot?
To get that angle, yes,
That's
because
gonna be
Cackles is so short. Yes. So give me a tumble check. Let's see
That's
what
gonna be-
your
My tumble is +6. I have an improved tumble.
okay, which means you have the option to burn a Numa to improve it. Your running hop is 3 feet in the air, so that gives you some good distance as you jump up.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna hold on to my Numa unless we really need it because I've already got
Okay.
Ancient Grace going. So I only
Okay.
have a couple of Numa left.
Mm-hmm.
How does
Okay.
a 20 sound? For my
Okay, so
tumble
20. That will do it. Nice tumble check.
Awesome.
Now you have
All
your
right.
strike roll.
Yes. What does barrage mean?
So that just means ranged. So that's just a distance.
Ah.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
Crackles is well within close range.
R1D 30 plus 5
You
is a
hit.
29.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. So
And
even with the
then
minus
1D
3,
27.
that would be a
Okay.
26. But that still hits. No problem. And just remember to subtract
right.
3 from your harm due to
R1D
impairment. Crackles looks pretty jacked up.
plus 6 minus 3, you said? Or remove the +3?
Yeah, they'll cancel each other out. So effectively a straight
Okay.
D8 plus D6.
10.
Boom. All right. What does it look like when you come running and shoot Cackles? Because she is gone.
I would like to run from where I was standing over here.
Mm-hmm.
jump to the table, use the chandeliers like a little bit of like a swing to kind of maintain my altitude for a little bit, shoot midair, hit them in the face, and then land right next to Jaza.
Okay.
Little swashbuckler action.
You do it brilliantly. Shoot the arrow flying off the chandelier and land right next to Jajare, and that arrow hits Cackles and finishes her off. Nicely done.
When you land next to Zaza, she kind of gives you like a slight dirty look. Just because like she's been trying to kill this thing after it tried to scratch her face. But then she's also appreciative. There's this like hint of like, damn it.
I see the expression, and I kind of like sheepishly give like a little grin, like you can have the next one.
Nice.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Galdrin, you are up.
I'm gonna go up to this thing and whack.
Okay. You step up to Giggles. You doing a full charge attack? Because you were at full sprint.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if you hit, I'm going to throw an extra D6 of harm on this.
All right. Let's see. 19.
Okay. That will hit Giggles.
All right. So it's 1d8 plus 2d6 now, since it's a charging thing.
Yes.
That.
Wow. All right. You nearly one-shotted Giggles.
Dang it!
Nice.
She looks kind of scared. Jajare, you are up.
So Zaza's gonna lean out the window
All right.
and aim with her sling.
Okay. You see Galdrin engaged with Giggles at point blank there, but Giggles' back is to you. You are flanking. You get a free upgrade to improved. If you want to burn a Numa on advanced, you can.
So it's 10 and a D20. Oh. Wrong button. Eek.
Okay.
First I
So
did
that
that
is,
one.
that is not an automatic miss, but in this case, it does miss Giggles. Would you like to burn Numa on a reroll?
Yes.
Okay. We know Stainer would never even think of attacking Giggles, so Giggles is going to get another round off if she survives this.
Is it still
Oh yeah,
improved
still,
or
yes, still improved. So it's re-rolled at whatever you took for your strike. So if you've upgraded to improved, your re-rolls are improved. We know one action this time. Okay, that hits her no problem. If you'd like to roll harm, you can. I can tell you right now, she is not surviving. What does it look like when a sling bullet rips into Giggles from behind?
I would say like right through the back of her head. Comes out her forehead. And I just kind of look. I'm like, sorry, he stole mine.
Galdrin, that's exactly what happens. It comes out her forehead and drops at your feet. There's an of wood, straw, stuffing.
Well, at least I can pick up the blade star that was lodged in her head.
Yes, the sling bullet actually knocks the blade star out. Dink! So you got a shuriken, a blade star right at your feet. Very neat and clean. All right. With that, Growljaw sees you outside, Galdrin, and sees Jajare and comes running back since he sees the dolls are no more. We are done with combat. Unless, Steiner just wants to attack Perlissi here. But, things were going amiably.
Nope. Stainer is hoping to get some of them vegetables.
What if we managed to get out of this without her ever knowing that we just killed all those dolls? That'd be insane.
Better start sweeping up dust, sucker.
All right. Perlissi says, wow, there's been so much commotion. Ooh, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
She comes in here, and right at the edge of this table, she sees the remains of Snickers. But, ooh, it looks like one of my dolls was damaged. I don't understand it.
Strange.
All right, if you let her,
Well-
she will. Dana is walking down towards the greenhouse. So are the rest of you going to join him?
No, while the rest of them are doing that, I'm gonna crawl out the window.
Okay. You are out the window. Puddles is back purring with Perlissi.
Good boy, some scritches.
All right, you give Growljaw some scritches. He's very appreciative.
I am sick and tired of dolls. If I see another one, I'm not gonna be a happy camper.
Oh, we'll instantly kill. Yeah, no. I'm not. Nope.
While they're sneaking out, I'm going to come back with gonna find that wine glass. I must have found something earlier.
Mhm.
And come back through looking a little disheveled, looking a little bit, because I grabbed in the thigh. Just trying to where everyone's going. And I'm just trying to casually go, hello, anyone, where'd you all go?
Gotta brush the doll bits off yourself.
Yeah, like just trying to clean myself up a bit as I go, trying to catch up with where I think I saw them go around the corner, because they're out of sight. That's, who knows, she might totally be innocent and the dolls just woke up one day and decided, I'm going to kill everyone in this house, or she's involved and he's in danger. So that's why I'm just
Does she still have those
Okay.
needles on her?
She does, but she put them in her pocket.
Okay.
All right. Now, Laron, if you do decide to heal yourself, you have something in the lower left of page 1 under donned or carried combat gear. You have some Apex Scald Salt Balm, which is a magical balm with some salt in it. Hurts like crazy when you put it on a wound, but it does the job, and it will magically heal you. So if you decide to do any of that, just let me know. All right, each dose.
I would love to use some.
Okay, each dose will heal you of 1d12 grit. So that's the apex level rank of Scald Salt Balm. So if you apply some, and you can let yourself cry out or try to hold it in because it hurts like crazy, but you can use that, and feel free to roll a d12 for each dose that you apply.
Can I
get
John
a-
roll? Just one.
Okay. Was that?
Can I
I
get
know
a
someone
good
else was-
sense of how deep this little pond is?
It's very, very murky and sludgy, and there's just kind of a coat of nasty on it, so not really. But there are bits and pieces of broken wood, furniture, so if you wanted to use a makeshift pole and tap it down to see how deep it is,
Nah, I don't
You
want to do
can.
that. I just want to look. So, these tomatoes look very, very fresh.
Hey, R, would you like me to prepare some sauce? Have you ever crushed tomatoes and made it into sauce with oregano and fine herbs? Ooh, it's delicious.
Sounds like overkill to me. I saw that doll on the floor. It looked very realistic. How do
Oh,
you
yes, I don't know.
how do you get it to look so hummy?
I take inspiration from the children I adopted, and I work them into my dolls. Oh, I miss them so much. You see Cuddles
Sounds
is
suspicious as hell.
walking back into this room. Laron, you see Cuddles go walking by you. Seems to be headed for the kitchen, maybe. Hops up on the table, purrs at you, looks around. All right, I know it's coming up on the 3-hour mark here. As you all are licking your wounds, healing your wounds. I see, Laron, you rolled 8, so feel free to give yourself 8 grit back. I'm not sure if that puts you in the non-impaired category.
I'm at 18 now.
Okay, all right, you are no longer impaired. As you are having your various conversations, walking around the house, petting Growljaw, you suddenly feel very, very sick. It's as if there is a shadow passing over the mid-morning sun. And the clerics, especially you, Steiner, you feel it acutely. However, Laron and Galdrin, you are also, as a sentinel and a ranger, you are under the authority of the clerics, and you do have a heightened spiritual sense. You just feel as if there is darkness converging around you. And then, like that, it passes. And the sun shines brightly, and the fog begins to clear away from the house. And we can end this session there, unless there's anything you all would like to do particularly.
I was just going to say, while Josare is scratching Growljaw, distracting herself, she's also going to use the Scald Salt.
Okay. Excellent.
And it doesn't work very well, but it's fine.
All right.
I'm debating on
Hit
throwing
her.
her in the water and zapping her with a lightning rod.
That's a great idea, actually. Whoa, let's see if we can get more guilt out of
But
her.
I don't know if I
when
want
we
to.
do that.
I don't
Why don't
know
we
if
just
I feel
report her to the
justified doing
guard?
so. Like, I feel as a player, she's totally responsible for these friggin' dolls.
Right. You just gotta justify it.
Killed children and put their souls into doll bodies is what she did.
She's picking tomatoes.
Yeah, if this tomato is
I wanna-
delicious.
Yeah,
If this
exactly.
tomato is not particularly delicious.
She
going
has
in the
great
drink.
wine selection too.
She does.
I do kind of want to learn this sauce recipe too, so
Maybe we
I
just
don't like vegetables.
learn the sauce recipe and then sneakily report her to the guards.
I think we need to investigate the grounds or see if there's a basement.
Well, probably go upstairs.
You don't keep bodies upstairs.
I don't see a basement.
Are we trying to apply
The
logic to
garden.
crazy?
so
I don't know.
Or the green.
Steiner would ask her before we leave where her adopted children ran off to. Like, where would they have
Ooh.
gone?
They didn't run away. They grew up, and actually, the soldiers of the city came and took them. They said I wasn't fit to watch them anymore. But I'm really responsible. I don't understand why they got upset at me.
Did something happen?
Ooh, no, everybody loved it here. Nothing bad ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Strange. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, thank you. Your sympathy means so much. She begins heading towards the kitchen with her fresh tomatoes. And we can end the session there if you would all like.
I think that'd be a good.
I think it's a good ending
That's
point.
fine.
Good.
I'm getting folks trying to knock on my
Okay.
door.
Well, thank you all for playing. Due to some personal circumstances, that was why we had to flip-flop this week. So I won't be available probably for another 3 weeks.